Hello there, Cancer. This is Sophie with Lady of the Unknown Oracle. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy and excited to have you here with us. And if you are returning, thank you guys so much for all of your love, support, comments, just everything. I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you for allowing me to serve. I'm just so happy to be here, so thank you. Before we get started, I just want to say really quickly that I won't be assigning time frames to our readings together. All right, so whenever you see this reading, it's because there is something valuable here for you to take away. That could be a shift in perspective, a truth, a lesson. Something here is calling for your attention, though. So whatever doesn't apply, just leave it here. But if you're here, it's because there is something that, whether this situation right now isn't representative of your current situation, this could be something that will be coming in for you. And so just pay attention to certain aspects. All right, the reading, the messages that come through the reading, you know, could be very useful to you coming in. All right, moving into the future. So moving on, this is going to be your general love reading. All right, so for those of you who are not familiar with how I read, I do the Celtic crossbreed and I go card by card with clarifications. So if there are any elements that we cover that you need any further clarification on, okay, you can reach me for a personal reading. All the information is down in the description box below on how you can book. Okay, so Cancer, we're going to just jump right into this and see what's going on with you and your love interest or in your love life. Could be dealing with a Gemini, right? Could be dealing with a connection that feels like a dream come true. All right. Dealing with a Gemini or soulmate connection, someone here may not be very responsive in the way that you want, or not giving the connection the attention you want. All right, you've got the nine of Pentacles with a 10 of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a reduction. Wow, that's beautiful. For some of you, that's a reduction of wealth. So some of you may have taken a financial hit, and that has in turn somehow affected your love life. It may be more stress at work is having a ripple effect and causing you to pay less attention to your partner. It could also be that for some of you who are single, you are about to enter a partnership that is your forever after partner. It is the partnership to end all partnerships. Especially with the 10 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. Some of you might be meeting an individual at work, a water sign, who is your wish fulfillment. Could be meeting them at work. Or it could just be that you are putting in so much work into yourself. You're finding the 10 of Cups within your own self, Cancer. You're understanding that fulfillment is more of a state of mind, and that the rest of life catches up with you once it knows what it is you want and you start enforcing what you want. Right? So you're realizing the work starts from within is what I want to say. You understand that true fulfillment starts from inside. It starts from inside, and that people are better guided into your life when they understand what you want. And so you understand now that knowing yourself is really the key to it all. How can people respect your boundaries or tell you, yeah, I'm on the same page as you, if you don't even know what page you're on, right? Or if you don't know what your boundaries are, right? By knowing yourself, people who get to know you respect you in all of the ways that matter. And I think you're starting to realize that. All of this work that you're doing on yourself, all of the work that you're doing on yourself is bringing in all of these wonderful manifestations into your life, though. That's essentially what's happening. All of this work, self-love, everything you've been putting in, all the investment and time and energy you've been putting into yourself is paying off. And you're going to notice that in the quality of your relationships. 10 of Wands. There's a high amount of pressure somewhere that you have either cut out or you know must be cut out. You could be dealing with an air sign as well. We did see Gemini. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This Gemini, for those of you who identify as masculine energy, this could be a feminine energy, a feminine air sign who either is the source of pressure for you or someone who is feeling pressured by you. Okay? Your current circumstances right now is the 7 of Swords being crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. So remember, we're going to go card by card, clarification by clarification. In your mind, In your mind, you've got the 8 of Swords, self-limiting beliefs. In your heart space is the 5 of Pentacles. In the recent past, you have the 2 of Swords. Coming in, you've got the 5 of Swords. A lot of swords here, guys. A lot of swords here. You could definitely be dealing with an air sign. And unfortunately, with what's coming out so far, looks like that may not really be in the way you are trying to attract. How you see yourself is the King of Cups. What's in your environment is the 9 of Wands. The fear here is the King of Wands. And the potential outcome is the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is good. Once you start seeing 10s, that's because something comes to an end. No matter how painful, it's over. It's over. All right? So, overarching energy is the 10 of Wands with the Queen of Swords underneath it, right? So, all right. So, quick roll call. We don't have any major arcana on the table, but we do have a few court cards. So we've got everyone. Actually, we've got everyone. We've got air with the Queen of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We've got fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And Pentacles. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Strong water so far because we also have the Page of Cups. So for those of you who are dealing with water signs, your outlook is looking really, really promising. Okay, it's looking promising because even though you guys are dealing with deception and manipulation, it looks like because we've got the 8 of Swords on your mind, this could be self-inflicted. Like this could be you, Cancer. You could have someone who is entering your life with great intentions, and it's really you that's participating and perpetuating what you think is manipulation and sneakiness, when in reality it might not be. But we're going to clarify. You're really unhappy right now though, Cancer. That's for sure. If this isn't you, this is the person that you're dealing with. So you could be feeling very fulfilled, and the person that you are in a connection with, or someone who is your love interest, could be feeling like you're being sneaky. You know, you could be Cancer, really reserved emotionally, and you're not really up to no good, but the person you're with doesn't know that. So they automatically assume that you're up to no good, possibly, especially if they've been scarred in the past by an air sign, strong Gemini. If they were crossed in the past by a strong air sign, they have a lot of things that they're still working through, and the fact that you're not communicating with them is really tripping them up. It's making them imagine that you guys, this connection is something that it isn't actually. Like you guys could have a very strong connection, but they don't see it that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. Clarifiers, please. For Cancer in love. Cancer in love. Okay, good. Very good. Interesting cut. Okay. Okay. Overarching energy, King of Swords. A true pair now, all right? But underneath it, we've got the World. So there was definitely a completion or a current completion with an air sign. For those of you who are dealing with an air sign now, and this isn't a past burden that you've released, this is a current burden. There is a current burden. Something about this partnership with this air sign was very, very unhealthy for you. Very unhealthy. This 7 of Swords is death. Okay, so now we've got very strong Scorpio on the board. So for some of you, either you were dealing with a Gemini or you were dealing with a Scorpio. All right, and especially with Scorpio, this person was particularly sneaky. May or may not have been a third party, but either way, they weren't being completely honest. They were really trying to get away with behaviors or saying things or doing things to you that they knew were bad for you, and really made them look very bad too. But that has been brought to an end. Something here is transforming. With the death, you don't have, the end, period. You have the end because something new is happening. So when you see the death card, that ensures that something else is happening. This is not over yet. Like, just because this painful ending has happened doesn't mean that now the only thing that's happening is the healing process. Yeah, you're going to heal because something's coming for you. The death card is always an indication that there is something coming, and that's why this had to end. So if you're ending things with a Scorpio right now, that you guys had a very tough relationship and this just is over, that's because you might have this Pentacles. You might have this Knight of Pentacles coming in for you. Remember, death is an indication that something is coming. That's why this is ending. Something's coming. So what's making this a little bit painful, all right, with the Knight of Pentacles, you could have also been dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person may have walked away right in the middle of you trying to change your ways, Cancer. Maybe you were the deceptive party, the sneaky party. You tried changing your ways, but this Earth sign or this person that was wanting to progress with you into the future said, no, no, no more. Right? Excuse me. But this situation currently that is being brought to an end is made difficult because the detachment, the walking away from this circumstance and the elements that make it up, right? This could be a family situation with the Ten of Cups. This could be family. It could be the fact that you guys own a business together, and so how exactly do you divorce your partner even though you still show up to work with them, right? Or maybe this person has been trying to apologize to you and it's like consistent, just every day, like you've already told them no, 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 and they're coming back to you with these apologies, and you're like, I already gave you my answer. Right? I already gave you my answer. Something along those lines where it's like the end was imminent, the end was certain, it was over, done, you know, but there's something about it, something about the nature of this ending that is making it so hard. It's making it so hard to pull yourself away from it. What's on your mind? And again, so guys, the energies here could be representative of you. If it's not you, this could be the person you're dealing with. Okay, love interest, spouse, romantic partner, whatever your identification, soulmate, twin flame, whatever your soul connection to this person, karmic or otherwise, you know, it could be your energy, and if not you, it could be them. In your mind, you have the Eight of Swords, self-doubt, limitation, really using your mind as your own prison right now. You might be looking at things in a much more limited way than they actually are with the Eight of Pentacles. So for some of you, you actually work with this person. You actually work with this person, and the downfall, at least what your imagined downfall here is, because I'm seeing a lot of self-doubt here, is the fact that you work with them. You go to work with them. And how exactly do you end things with someone who's your boss? How exactly do you end things with someone who is your manager or is your coworker, and you guys sit next to each other at work? Or, you get what I'm saying? So, you know, it could be that, or what's making this difficult if you don't work with this person is the fact that you are under the impression there's still something to work out. You guys think that, well, if I improve myself, this person will be attracted to me. Or if I put more work into this connection, they will see the reason to stay. I'm not seeing confirmation for that. Because the Eight of Swords is imagined. The Eight of Swords, whatever is on your mind when you're in the Eight of Swords energy, that's actually not what the reality is. That's how you read the Eight of Swords. It's not there. It's self-imposed. This prison that doesn't actually exist. You could walk away from it. There's nothing here that is based in reality. You could use all the logic in the world to reinforce your reasoning here, but the truth is, it's not that limited, and you could easily just walk away from this line of thinking and you wouldn't be any worse off for it at all. So if you're thinking about investing further into a connection that you feel really you need to walk away from, or that someone has already walked away from, I'm seeing confirmation here that right now that idea of putting more investment, more time in, is actually just what you're telling yourself to keep from really resolving the situation. Because it's not, that's, you're putting your mind there when in reality, the truth is someone actually walked away, and now you need to address it that way. Don't put more time in where someone has basically, you know, given you the bird and said, I'm out. They don't want you then, Cancer, right? If they don't want you, you don't want them, it's a wrap. You know, walk away. You're not going to be any worse off for it. You've been working on yourself. That's without a doubt. Again, when death is coming, when death is here, that's because something is coming in. All of this is getting wiped out because you need to make room for this thing that's meant for you. If this person wants to go, let them go. Something's on its way. That's what death suggests. That's the nuance of death. Something is on its way in. So you need to clear this out. You need to clear it out. Don't stay. If someone already walked away, just leave it. Don't keep trying to make anything work when this person has already decided what they want to do. Now you clean it up and you make room for this thing that's coming in. In your heart space is the Five of Pentacles. You know, feeling really empty. you really have the desire, to make this situation work, but it feels to me like it doesn't matter which path you take. You know, it really doesn't matter what path you take. Every time you've ever tried to resolve a situation with this other person or in this connection, it never worked. It didn't work. You always feel alone. You always feel lack. Like this is in your emotions, right? This is your heart space. So you're always feeling empty. Like this person isn't filling up your cup. This person doesn't offer you anything in terms of emotion. In the recent past with the two of swords, there was a lot of indecision, and as the Page of Pentacles, there was this uncertainty from someone. Okay, could have been from this Knight of Pentacles if this is an earth sign, or just someone who you were investing a lot of time into and with. This person really didn't know where they wanted to invest themselves. They really didn't know where they wanted to invest themselves. Like they knew with the Page of Pentacles, this is someone who has to learn something. They have to construct a plan, right? This is the student. But someone here didn't want to put the time in. Someone here didn't want to learn about what you wanted, Cancer. They didn't want to learn about what makes you unique. You know, why should you, Cancer, be appreciated? This person wasn't too concerned. This person wasn't too concerned about whether or not, you know, they wanted to learn about you so that way they could cater to your needs. They really, you know, their intentions even for their own selves, excuse me, it's like they just don't know where to invest their time, and so by not knowing, they just don't invest. And that could be why you're feeling so empty. But now you've got this ending, right? Now you've got this ending, this sneakiness that once was, that's completely coming to an end. All right, whether you're dealing with a Scorpio or not, this is coming to an end. With the Five of Swords coming in with the Hanged Man, Strength, and the Six of Swords. So there's a direct progression, okay? So yeah, there was some manipulation. Some manipulation will be coming in this position, right? What's coming in is manipulation. Someone might be trying really hard to make you reconsider where you're trying to go. Because Strength speaks to restraint, and the Hanged Man talks about staying in place. So someone here, even though the Six of Swords indicates movement, someone here is going to try to keep you from moving. Someone's going to say, no, look at things differently. You can still hold on. This is really not a matter of, you know, they might try to turn around and say, well, our connection is so fruitful. Look at how it was in the beginning. It's not about how things were in the beginning, Cancer. Remember, if it didn't start well in the beginning, you would have never signed up for the deal. Right? The beginning is what is the hook. It's what gets you started. It's that initial connection, that passion, that chemistry, the love, right? That's what got you started. But if it doesn't maintain, if there's two people involved and one person is just trying to convince you to stay because they're tired of putting in their half, so they want you to put in their half, they want to make you put in 100 so that way they can only put in 50, that's manipulation. What they're trying to do is essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to have, you know, committed partner privileges without actually doing their half. They want they want to be able to have the committed partner. They want to have the love, the availability, you know, as if they were committed to you without actually putting in that commitment. That's manipulation. They're trying to abuse the fact that they know you're still hanging on. Okay, that is not a good person to spend your time with. That's not a good person to invest your energy into. That's not a good connection. Anyone that tries to come in, Cancer, with any type of manipulation, you're sure that something here is unhealthy, and they're like, no, but look at this and look at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they start dangling something pretty in front of your eyes while they're doing all the bad stuff behind your back. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to distract you from the truth. Really reconsider the quality of this connection. You could be dealing with a Pisces, you could be dealing with a Leo. All right, but either way, I'm seeing the eventual movement away from this type of energy. Because if this is not their energy that they're bringing to you, or your energy to them, right? You could be the deceptive party here. I don't know. You could be the one that's trying to manipulate. If that is the case, Cancer, they're going to see through it. Okay, they're going to see through it. The person here that these cards represent outside of this other person is movement. Someone here is going to eventually look at things in the right perspective. They're going to, without saying a word, without saying a word. Strength speaks to humble, a very humble strength, right? It's a very humble strength. It's a quiet resistance where you overcome something without having to roar so loudly. It's a very gentle, but very forceful type of strength. So without a word, with the Six of Swords, without a word, they're just going to eliminate themselves from the situation. They're not going to do anything. They're going to see things for what they are. And it's going to be like one day they were here, the next day they're not. Okay? You see yourself as the King of Cups with the Ace of Swords. So someone here, it could be a water sign. If you're dealing with a Pisces, we have strong Pisces here. If you're dealing with a water sign, someone here realizes the truth about something. Somebody gets a realization. They might even begin to communicate a little bit more about what's happening between you guys. Very strong Scorpio though. Very strong Scorpio. I would say Scorpio right now is the strongest, followed by Pisces in terms of water signs. Okay? But how you see yourself, Cancer, as really finally having that aha moment, really understanding what all of this meant, or realizing now the status of your connection, realizing the truth about this connection or about this person, realizing what the past situation taught you about how to deal with your current situation. But either way, whether this is you or another person, your counterpart, someone that you're dealing with, this person eventually comes to realize something really important. The Ace of Swords is the clarity given by the divine. So it's an epiphany, kind of akin to the Tower, but not so dramatic. In terms of like the Tower covers something that essentially has ripple effects throughout your entire life as a major arcana. The Ace of Swords here is going to directly affect the connection itself. Maybe not the rest of their life, right? This isn't something about how something that they do or believe affects their entire life, but it's something that's going to affect the quality of this connection. Whether they move on from it, stay in it, if they do stay in it, in what way they'll progress, how they'll communicate with you. Okay, so either way, very, very significant strides will be made in terms of communication or just understanding how to move forward next. In the environment, we've got the Nine of Wands with the Four of Wands. Somebody here wants stability, but it's just so hard to attain. The Nine of Wands talks about a very, the wounded warrior, someone who's been fighting a long time, they're tired, and it's like that final push before completion, okay, which you have here in the Ten of Wands. In the environment, someone is exhausted on trying to make this move to the next level. Again, someone here is over-investing big time. Over-investing big time. And they really need to stop. Because someone here, to me, it feels like someone is just being very indifferent. Someone's not, whether it's because they're confused, whether it's because they just don't care. Someone here, it just isn't trying to invest like you are. And you want stability, this person could actually be really content right now without it. Or maybe they want that too, but just not in the same way you do. And so there's a natural incompatibility here. All right. In the fear position, you've got this King of Wands with the Tower. We've got the Tower now. So if you're dealing with a fire sign, we've got strong Leo. If you're dealing with an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. All right. And that's this person coming up as the King of Cups. In terms of emotion, this person's having an epiphany. They're going to talk to you about what they feel now. Your fear here is that this person, in all of their passion and all of their maybe anger or frustration, they're going to do something that's going to cause some type of turbulence within the connection. You're afraid that something they realize, or just that they're going to make some type of move towards you, some type of decision that is going to cause just the destruction of the connection. Either that, or you're afraid that they're going to realize basically what you've realized, right? You're afraid that, like, maybe Cancer, that things are incompatible, but you're really happy that they're moving on. They're kind of staying in the connection in blissful ignorance, right? They're still playing it cool because they're just like, well, I don't really have anywhere to be right now in life, so this connection suits me just fine for now, even though this isn't what we want forever. You're afraid though that somewhere along the way they're going to have this epiphany that's going to shake things up incredibly. You could have fire in your chart as well. And your fear here is you're not going to be able to handle this for much longer. You're not going to be able to handle the pressure of this for much longer, and that the divine, in some kind of way, it's like an inevitable breakup, or an inevitable divorce, or an inevitable ending. You're afraid that by not doing anything, it's going to come to an end in a very traumatic way. Unfortunately, I do see that that is the case. That is confirmation for me, especially with the Ten of Swords being in the potential outcome. 3, so you got Judgment with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. You've been thinking about this for a long time, Cancer. You've been thinking about what this could mean for you for quite a while. Because the Page of Swords, you've been doing research. You've been doing research. Why should I, like a pro and cons list. Why should I stay? Why should I go? Part of you is still emotionally tied. You still have this very fantastical view of the connection. You could still be dwelling on the way things began in the past. You could be wanting to revive the past. You could be wanting to revive what you guys once had, and you're trying to kind of flip the situation this way and that way, trying to figure out how you can make that happen. But something's ending, and whether you choose to end it, or someone else chooses to end it, or a natural dissolution of the connection happens, to me as a reader, this looks like just an inevitable ending. And it doesn't even have to be a breakup. It could be just the fact that you guys stay in this connection, and for the longevity of your connection, someone here is always going to be investing time into something that isn't reciprocating back. To someone that isn't reciprocating back. I'm seeing here that the more time and effort and work you invest in yourself, the closer to fulfillment you're getting. But what does that mean? Think about what working on yourself means. Working on yourself means respecting yourself. What does respecting yourself mean? Respecting yourself means that when you're in a situation that doesn't serve you, you stand up for yourself. That's what respect means. So what does respect mean, Cancer? It means that if you're in a situation like this where you're seeing straight to your face that someone doesn't want to be there, you say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I know that you have a right to go in your direction, and I have a right to go in my direction. You obviously are not on the same page as me. That's cool. You don't want commitment. I do. So, we can stay friends or not, but this can't go on anymore because I'm trying to find my partner for life, and you just kind of want to do what you want, even though you don't really know what you want. And I really can't be with someone who doesn't want the same things. Point blank, period. So working on yourself doesn't just mean making sure you look good. It doesn't just mean making sure that you're eating well and you're doing your workouts and you're stretching and you're doing your yoga. Like, it doesn't mean just that. It means respecting your essence, respecting your authenticity, and protecting yourself from people who are not on the same page as you. So keep working on yourself. And if you find yourself in a situation where someone is essentially not giving back to what you are investing into, as someone that respects themselves and as someone who is working on themselves, you say in this situation, that's okay, but I can't stay and invest any more time into you now then, because obviously we're on 2 different wavelengths and I gotta go. Like looking at your watch, like, I gotta go. Because I really don't have, you live one life and you don't want to spend it here with somebody who is really just wanting to take what they can get. This person, I'm not seeing that they feel strongly towards you. You're always feeling so like you're constantly pushing and they're not giving back. They're not giving back. This is so stressful for you just to be in. Like, you're trying to convince yourself to stay, and that's really not what's going to work for you. Yeah, keep on working on yourself, Cancer, because that's really the only way you can work through this completely. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing right now for you guys. Okay, my loves. So, all right, this is the end of the reading. All right, so for those of you that want further addressing of any of the elements I covered, a sign here that you are dealing with specifically and I wasn't able to cover it all in this reading, and you'd like a personal, all the information is in the description box below on how to get in touch with me and book a personal reading with me. Okay, but if this covered everything, I'm so happy. I do my best, guys, with the time I'm given. I try to cover as many bases as possible. So I appreciate you guys so much for being here with me and for allowing me to serve you. And I really hope that this provided you with the guidance that you needed going forward and the clarity needed to go forward. All right, guys, I love you very much. Thank you so much for being here with me, and until next time. Mwah. Bye, Cancer.